Well, hi. I'm going to call this segment Weed One, WON. And I actually have notes that I'm going to refer to a little bit here. Nothing says it better than not saying it at all. Just tell the true stories, which I'm going to tell a couple of stories. I'm going to get to those stories in a minute. Okay. You know, um, it used to be thought that cocaine um, created paranoia, and pot was a mellowing drug. Um, like all clever cons, cult leaders, hidden in the allure is a fantastic ability to create a need for itself. Back in the day when we used to, people were told to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Want to drink 8 glasses of water? Eat a spoonful of jelly, and that'll give you a thirst for the water. Well, Coca-Cola had it. Sugar makes you thirsty. And Coca-Cola itself, was presented as a thirst quencher. What's hidden is that it's actually a thirst creator, creating a need for itself. It creates thirst, and then you grab a Coke. You don't answer that thirst with water. You answer it with more Coca-Cola. So ask yourself, if you're a pothead, not cocaine, if you use marijuana, are you paranoid? And of course, by definition, you probably wouldn't know that you are. But really ask yourself in a way where you kind of make a deal to really try to ferret out the truth. Now, with marijuana and killing our ability to mellow, to naturally mellow, the pot creates a need for itself because it's replaced our own natural ability to relax and be comfortable and be basically happy. So the enemy, it's of course perceived that the enemy is those who try to control you by keeping marijuana illegal. I think that deep inside every marijuana addict, and marijuana is heavily addictive, so there are plenty of marijuana addicts, is the saddening knowledge that they're actually targeting the wrong enemy and have in fact joined and become their own enemy. This drug is an enemy of love. It's an enemy of success. It's an enemy of just enjoying the world. And it's just so similar to any other control, whether it's a controlling government, whether it's a cult. And, in this sense, this is why, and I think it's temporary. I think it's a temporary win. This is why I say weed won. Now, I have exactly the same feelings about the drug of alcohol. And here's a couple of stories. Someone I was speaking to the other day who's been in our business for a long time and has had some successes and has made a lot of enemies, alienated a lot of people with, she's a benzodiazepine addict and her behavior is just nasty. And she, just the other day, alienated and now it's doctor's offices instead of, network offices, alienated the staff at a doctor's office. She's alienated the staff of most of her doctor's offices. And she said, I don't understand why they have a problem with me, except I figured it out. And she's developed pretty bad paranoia. I walk in a room, and for absolutely no reason, sometimes people just hate me. Sometimes they love me, sometimes they hate me. Now that would sound very logical and kind of scientifically sound if it were the case. It's just that in this case, it's not. Her behavior, personality, whatever damage she's endured and what that's brought out in her, exacerbated by her use of some pretty bad drugs, including the drug of alcohol, has created this situation and she doesn't know it. She's misattributing it. I was with somebody else the other day, and we were doing a night shoot. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody was disbanding. And he had forgotten something inside. And though we had just, all of us walked 2 or 3 blocks to our cars, and he actually had commented about how far away the cars were, when he remembered he forgot something, he turned and started to go right into the house right next to us. And we were like, oh my God, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Where are you going? He said, back inside to get what I forgot. Now, I'm sorry, but that's about dead brain cells. And that's about pot. And that's serious. And it affects not just him, but it certainly would have affected those people whose house he almost walked into at 3 o'clock in the morning. It affects everybody, all dealings. And definitely it has a professional effect for obvious reasons. And it just seems avoidable. And I mean, why else would the marijuana is not making, it ceases to make people feel great. Why, other than being brainwashed, literally washed of brain cells, why else would somebody continue? They're not making a choice. They're absolutely not making a choice. And I'm concerned because now this is thought of as kind of a wonder drug. And it is a wonder that it is thought of as anything other than a drug with rampant side effects and a big gap between a long journey before the time that you realize. And my hope is that people do realize and that they're able to do something about it. So let's let weed not do what weeds usually do, which is take over.